Really sharp little Studi business coupe here. Nice clean interior there. It is nice. And then you get this little 32 valve Ford in here. I believe that's the Coyote. Nice, well done car.
Thank you.
This is yours?
Yeah.
It is sweet, buddy.
Thank you.
You don't see these business coupes just every day.
No, they're pretty rare. Took me 8 years to find this one.
I don't doubt it. That is a lot of deck back here. You know, I always like these little motors, especially when they look like that and they're attached to one of these. That is a good looking Elkie right there. Looks kind of like Sean's old car. I think this is a 64, I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
But whatever. This thing looks sweet. And here is another really tidy little business coupe. Little 51 shoebox. It didn't come quite like that though. Look how clean that is. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Really like what he's done with the taillights there too. Nice ride. Pretty sweet way to do your trunk. It's got a little stabilizer here. His umbrella with shade. Nice looking little Woodside. I have seen this car before. I believe I saw it over at a Plant City show. But I just really dig this thing. And that's pretty nice looking in there. Good looking car. That right there means bad mamma jamma. This means really bad mamma jamma. This right here, if it were yellow and black, would be my old college buddy Steve's car, which was just a rapid car. We used to make quick time of the trip between Austin and Houston in this thing. Or rather in his. Ooh, I like this. Of course, everybody my age recognizes that. Back in the day when these things were driving around any city in America literally by the hundreds. They were just neat, fun little cars. Beat them to death, they kept going. Pretty good looking 40 right here. I have seen this one before as well. It's just a good looking car though. Well, that is bad news coming down the street at you. On this pretty clean looking little Cougar. Of course, that right there means surprise. And surprise, it's another Studi. Kid across the street from me in Odessa, Texas had one of these things. Didn't look anything like this, of course. This was just a straight stock dude, but every once in a while I'd get a ride to school with him if we were leaving at the same time. But it didn't get quite the looks that I'm sure this one gets. Well, you always know what you're dealing with when you see that. Plus that aircraft carrier trunk. This is a great big bunch of car. In 1960, that was pretty much the norm. They were all big. Not quite as big as this one, because this is the big of big. Because I still think they look neat, that's why. Little Formula S Barracuda. That is a Mopar motor. You know what? That may be the one it came with. He's just kind of spiffed her up a little bit. Of course, that would lay flat back there and you'd have 1,000,000 miles to the rack. Neat ride. This one here you can see, pretty good looking pickup. That's pretty neat. Bed's pretty neat. Oh, and he just shut the hood on me. But under the hood is a big, wicked, good. Big nasty 429 in there.
I'll just pull it up there.
Triple deuces on a big Pontiac. And that is a big Pontiac. But they were all big, fat, long rides around this time. The size of that trunk. That, folks, is a trunk for a family of 5. One big bunch of cars. And a whole lot of people my age will recognize this little setup, which drove around, a lot of them all over the place as kids. This one is an unusual one in that it's the van. That is the Morris Mini. Yeah, buddy.
That's beautiful. I like the 69 seats.
Tiny car, bunch of motor, go fast. So when you see that on top of one of those, you know he's trying to save a gallon or 2 of gas. But otherwise, another little car with a whole bunch of motor. Go fast. Here's something else you don't see just every day. Mason Dixon is watching this. I know he misses his old Superbird. Although now I think he had a Daytona. Pretty much the same thing, of course, but pretty sweet car. Here's something you don't see every day, and if you do, they're going to cost you a boatload of money. You got to have the right drums, the right wheels, everything. But they sure are neat looking on this hardtop. Big Bonneville 389 4. Good looking car, and it happens to be parked next to good looking 54 pickup here. Nice job on this truck. Notice the French Dan headlights there. Turn signals. Nice looking ride. Now here is another great big bunch of car.
Look at the one going by, Ed.
I see that. Oh. I have lusted in my heart. Anyway, back to this big monster. Look at that. That is a bunch of car. And look at this. It's a convertible, a two-door convertible in the days of the Finns. That is a bunch of car, and back in the day, this one was pretty much what they would call the sporty version. All 6,000 pounds of it. And about 158 pounds of grill right there. And this is another day for just cars that are a great big bunch of car. And you gotta like that swivel out seat. Seats. Push button dash or transmission. Nice interior.
I think 3 o'clock. I was hoping to be done by 3 on the road.
And long. I have seen these on YouTube. I've never seen a real one. I think they're kind of neat. You kind of curl your feet up, you can sleep in there. And it's air conditioned, which is a huge plus. I don't really want one, but I still think it's kind of neat. And here's another little teardrop sleeper. They're just neat little ideas, I think. And again, don't really want one, but they sure do look cool. Yeah, buddy. And yeah, buddy. I think it's a 69 or a 70. I think it's a 70. Could be a 71 for all I know. No, it's not a 71.
Just spit it out there, man. Don't be proven, man.
Nice car. I like it. These things always looked a whole lot bigger than they actually are when you get in them. Those seats are narrow. Except for the back. There's a long distance in the back. Pretty clean looking little 327.
That's right.
Pretty clean looking little 67 Chevy 2. Nice tidy interior. But what is this? That's right. You never saw one of these before. It is one of none. Obviously, Studebaker day to day. This one is something. This is the President Speedster. Really sweet looking car. And before the band gets really riled up. Yes, sir. Well, this is another one that, as a kid, high school kid, in the late 60s, you would see these around. You didn't see them every day, but you'd see them around. These are little Ford Cortinas. They were made in England. You can quite often see them set up with those Webers like that. They were neat little cars.